And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. On 1st down, Griffin. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Eagles haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Browns have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Browns have the football midway through the second. The catch will be made in double coverage, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Now following the fumble, pushing the lead to 10. He stays up the middle on the run, and he caps off the 2-play drive with a score. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's send it back up to Brandon and Charles in Philly.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go now. Blue 25.
1st down, Bradford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, partner, now that the regular season is here, the fantasy football drafts are in the books, but I envy you, my friend, because you don't do fantasy football, so you don't have to watch an angst and cheer for certain players. You're neutral.
But what I keep hearing from everyone and just observing throughout the season, I'm missing a whole lot of fun because people are locked in and making sure their rosters are set. So now, as we head towards week 1, I know you and the rest of the people who are playing, make sure you've got everything set up so you don't miss it, right? Because otherwise that can ding you each and every week, correct?
Correct. That's why, I don't know, I enjoy your cool, calm, and collective nature without fantasy football, though. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now it's Sproles. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. First and 10, it's Griffin. Pryor has it complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Here's Griffin. Surveying the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now Bradford on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Bradford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Bradford Selleck from 3 yards out. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Griffin on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Now Griffin on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
He's able to find Hawkins. And he's taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They come out here in the eye. Griffin going to get to Corral. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
From the shotgun, Griffin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Nolan Carroll.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And out come the Eagles. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they get.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.